Wait a minute. Correct me if I'm wrong here. I thought Angel Reese was a big deal. I thought she was a box office draw. According to her pretend friends in the mainstream media, Angel Reese is a huge star.
Maybe an adjusted amount.
You wonder if we can make that same offer, because it won't have the same impact to the league.
Ice Cube, you see the headline from TMZ. Sorry, Angel Reese, the $5 million offer was only for Caitlin Clark.
Ice Cube drops a brutal reality check on Angel Reese and the basketball world. 4 months, Angel has been soaking up the limelight, a rising star from LSU, viral interviews, and the adoration of Chicago Sky fans. Her name keeps trending, and
But just because you're famous, it doesn't mean you're box office. Just because you're famous, it does not mean you're good business.
Her presence commands attention, but in pro sports, being popular doesn't always mean being profitable. This week, that gap became impossible to ignore. A few months back, Ice Cube made waves by offering Caitlin Clark a $5 million deal to join his Big Three league, a move that was bold, strategic, and purely business. The package wasn't just salary. It included ownership stakes, equity, and media exposure. It wasn't only about basketball, it was about revenue, reach, and ROI. Naturally, fans started asking, would Angel Reese get a similar deal? The answer came during a short but telling exchange outside a Los Angeles restaurant. When confronted, Ice Cube didn't shy away.
Over the last couple of years, Angel Reese has been one of the best illusions in the WNBA.
He confirmed what many suspected, but few dared to say out loud. Caitlin Clark was seen as the key to unlocking millions for the league. Our sponsors made that clear. The same couldn't be said for Angel Reese. It was a quiet, crushing reality, not personal, strictly business. While Reese is often portrayed as Clark's on-court rival and media counterpart, she simply didn't carry the same market pull. Sources close to the Big Three say the league sponsors, not Ice Cube himself, decided that only one name could drive the kind of numbers to justify such a deal: Caitlin Clark. That's the hard truth.
The thing with Caitlin Clark, it was just to unlock millions of dollars for the league because of her stardom, what our sponsors was telling us.
Right.
They didn't tell us the same thing about Angel Reese, so I don't know if we can make that. Same offer.
I see. So, maybe an adjusted amount.
You wonder if we can make that same offer, because it won't have the same impact to the.
Reese isn't lacking talent or presence, far from it. She's one of the most recognizable young stars in the WNBA today. But for major advertisers and media buyers, visibility doesn't always mean profitability. Caitlin Clark transforms attention into sales, ratings, and big corporate deals. Angel Reese? She grabs headlines, but that doesn't always translate to revenue. To complicate things further, sources indicate Reese's team.
Last year, Ice Cube came up with a brilliant plan to grow his league. He offered Caitlin Clark $15 million to join the Big Three. She would receive $10 million in salary over 2 years. He offered Caitlin Clark ownership stake, which would potentially be worth millions of dollars.
Her team thought she was perfectly positioned for a similar deal. They counted on her massive social media reach, high-profile interviews, and polarizing presence as business leverage. But they miscalculated. Behind the scenes, there was no call, no counteroffer, not even a simple maybe.
He explained he's got no issues with the Chicago Sky forward. It's just the dollars and cents wouldn't line up.
The sponsors had spoken, and their silence spoke louder than any press release. It's a tough reality in professional sports, especially in the era of media-driven athletes. Your story can be loud, bold, and even adored, but at the top level, the numbers always speak. Everything else? Just noise. Ice Cube's words weren't meant to humiliate. They were meant to make it clear. The Big Three, like every league, is a business. And in business, the market decides your value. Right now, Caitlin Clark is in a league of her own, not just on the court, but in boardrooms and on the balance sheets.
Ice Cube, just being a smart businessman, a certain demographic won't be too happy with him being honest.
And in marketing budgets nationwide, Reese still has time to develop her skills, her brand, and her market value. She's young and talented, but the idea that she matches Clark in commercial impact, that illusion just got exposed. For anyone following women's sports in real time, this was a wake-up call. Angel Reese is discovering the hard truth. Fame doesn't always translate into fortune. While headlines once buzzed about,
Angel Reese looks like a star. She presents herself as a star. Her pretend friends in the media try desperately to convince us that she is a star. But for some reason, no one else believes it.
despite Angel's bold personality and social media clout, reality has hit hard. She's been open about her financial struggles, admitting her WNBA salary doesn't cover basic living costs. This isn't just a complaint. It's a cry for help from someone already at the professional level. Then there's Caitlin Clark. Even as a rookie, she turned down a $5 million offer from the Big Three League, a move that sent shockwaves through the sports world. But the real shock wasn't that she said no, it was that she could say no. Her brand is so strong, her values so clear, that opportunities chase her. Clark doesn't need to pursue paychecks. Sponsors build around her. Angel, by contrast, needed that money, but it was never offered. That's where the truth becomes crystal clear. Corporate America speaks in dollars, not words. And right now, they see Caitlin Clark as the smarter investment.
Angel Reese was not going to be able to bring in the amount of eyes for the sponsors and for the league for him to justify that offer.
Caitlin Clark is seen as a smart investment with long-term returns. Angel Reese? A risk sponsors aren't willing to take. No amount of Instagram followers or viral posts will change that. For months, Reese's fans pointed to her social media stats as proof of her marketability. But this moment shattered that illusion. Engagement doesn't equal influence, and visibility doesn't guarantee value. You can be trending and still not be trusted to deliver results. Sponsors want impact, not noise. Clark delivers revenue. Reese delivers headlines. That's the cold, hard corporate truth. The Big Three didn't reach this decision lightly. They weighed brand potential, fan base, sales, reputation, and came to a conclusion few wanted to say out loud. Angel Reese is not yet a premium asset. The rejection wasn't personal, it was business. And in business, numbers don't lie. Even worse, the message from Ice Cube's league won't stay contained. Sponsors talk, boards compare notes. Once one major player publicly declares you're not worth it, others quickly fall in line. What starts as a whisper becomes a wall of silence when your agent calls. The timing couldn't be worse for Reese. She's just...
Caitlin Clark rejected the offer, Ice Cube could make the same deal with Angel Reese. Right? Problem solved. Angel Reese could join the Big Three. Games would be selling out across the country. Millions of people would watch on TV. And the Big Three, it would be more popular than the WNBA.
For months, Reese's fans pointed to her social media clout as proof of marketability, but the reality is harsh. Engagement doesn't equal influence, and visibility doesn't guarantee value. You can trend online and still not deliver results. Sponsors want revenue, not noise. Caitlin Clark delivers both. Reese makes headlines, Clark makes money. That's the cold, hard corporate truth.